Okay, the first thing we're going to do in this one is I want to introduce you to the finger, also more technically known as the villi of your small intestine. So by this point in time, food has gotten down into your small intestine. It has started the process of digestion with different enzymes, amylase, lipase, protease, and some others. But in the small intestine, within the first 8 inches primarily of the small intestine, that digestion occurs. The rest of the small intestine, remember, the small intestine is almost 20 feet long total. So in the remaining 19 feet, 19 plus feet, if you will, there's a lot of absorption that takes place. And the villi is part of the absorptive process. Now, remember back in the slides, or maybe your textbook has told you, but if not, the slides will when you go through them. The purpose of the villi in the small intestine, besides just absorption, is to increase the surface area. The small intestine is not just a tube. It is literally a hump or a bunch of little fingers, if you will. On the fingers, there's more fingers sticking up all around there. And then on top of those fingers are even more fingers. So what we're looking at here is actually the second set of fingers. So in the small intestine, you've got the big set. Now these are the small fingers that are going to be sticking off all around there. The third set of fingers are these cells all along here, which we will call the brush border. But basically the purpose is to increase surface area to get as much area possible to absorb nutrients. So when we are looking at this villi, there are two very, very important things that I want you to see about the villi. First of all, you see right around here, the red and the blue. The red is your arteries, the blue are your veins, but basically this is your circulatory system. So as food is digested in the outside of the gut here, and it breaks down into the smaller pieces, it goes to this outer lining, which is your brush border. From the brush border, it absorbs through these cells and goes into either your circulatory system here or this structure which is in the middle. This middle structure is what we call lacteal. This is your immune system. So every single finger in your gut has part of your immune system. When you add it all up, 70 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And this is a big part of the reason as to why what you eat does make a difference as to how you feel. And it does contribute to your health and wellness. This is the foundation of it right here. That lacteal, that's your immune system. What you eat keeps that healthy, or as we'll see in just a few minutes here, it can also tear it down. So you can literally eat to tear down your immune system, or you can eat to build up your immune system. And both of those things either put you at risk for a lot of different health conditions, or it helps you to heal so you don't end up with a lot of different health conditions. I want to give you guys a little bit of an interactive to see how these the villi are working. So give me just a minute here, and I am going to take you over to the internet where we'll see an interactive film with this. Okay, so you guys should be seeing my screen now. What I want to take you to is a 3D medical. This does not have any kind of sound or anything. All it is simply a way in which you can see as liquids and water and all kinds of things are passing through the small intestine. This is what a good, healthy small intestinal lining looks like. The fingers are very large. They're strong. They're able to absorb a lot of nutrients. The nutrients literally go inside of all these fingers. And those are all absorptive cells that are able to absorb nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all that kind of stuff. So let's go back over. Stop sharing that. And this is a bigger screen of which let me get my pointer. There we go. You're seeing 3 different villi here. So on this side of the picture is the inside of your gut. This side is where your blood vessel is, and the yellow is like your lacteal. So that, again, is your immune system. In each villi, here you can see the lacteal going up into this first one. It's that yellow there. Then it goes to a mainstream. This is actually your lymph. So your lymph will eventually drain to your lymph nodes and it will filter out toxins. This red stream along here, this is your blood vessel, but as you can see, it goes up into each villi too. So when you're looking at the inside of the small intestine over here, there's something I want you to notice. Housing each of these villi, or really all the villi together, is this big blue mucousy gunk stuff. That is basically a mucus that is secreted by this layer of green bugs up here. These are your good beneficial bacteria. It's also known as gut flora. If you take them, they're also known as probiotics. It is very, very important that you have a large number of probiotics on the outside of your gut, secreting this blue mucus or mucousy layer. The blue mucousy layer will actually act to protect the villi, and it will do a lot of other things that we will talk about in the next lesson. But this would be a very good representation of a good, healthy gut lining. So again, big, strong fingers, the immune system going up into each one, the circulatory system going up into each one, a lot of mucus gunk surrounding each one, and a good thick layer of probiotics or good bacteria on the outside. Next, we're going to take a look at what happens